So him saying the only way you define fairness is you establish rules, you make clear what the rules are, and everybody plays by the same rules. That's how you live in a civil society. That's what needs to happen up and down the West Coast. This segment is brought to you by Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. I'm down 37 pounds on the program, and I lost most of that in just 2 months. Do what I did and what so many other undivided viewers have done. Schedule your free 15-minute consultation today at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. It's fascinating to me that some of these cities, like let's say San Francisco and Portland, they almost seem like they're coming to Jesus sooner than us. And maybe that's because the depths of their crises there around homelessness and drugs got a little worse before ours did. So they've hit like rock bottom, and then they're like, well, we can't deal with this. I just think it's fascinating that it takes rock bottom for them to do the exact things that those of us with a brain have been encouraging them to do for years and years. You know, that we get called NIMBYs and right wing and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden they see the light and they're like, yeah, maybe we should do those things, but we're going to pretend like it's our idea. Just insane. So Mayor Ted Wheeler down in Portland, who again, he's responsible for all this stuff. He's been as far left-wing as it goes, gave in to rioters and stuff in 2020, and then started to see the light. He came out and said, starting July 1st, so just a couple days from now, they are going to be enforcing in Portland a ban on camping. Here's a clip.
The enforcement starts on July 1st, and I think, Pat, you're the first to hear the specific date. What we've been doing since May 22nd until now is getting the word out. We've put leaflets out on the streets that people who are homeless have had the opportunity to see, so they know what the rules are. We've worked with service providers to make sure they understand what the rules are so they can talk to their clients and let them know what the rules are. And maybe most importantly, we've had the opportunity to train law enforcement. If you refuse to comply after you've been offered carrot after carrot after carrot, in comes the stick. And the stick is a fine or a jail term or both. The only way you can define fairness, if you want to use the word fair, is you establish rules, you make clear what the rules are, and everybody plays by the same rules. That's what's fair.
That's also common sense. It's also what a lot of us have been saying for years and years and years. I always go back to this quote from Ann Davison, the Seattle city attorney, when she was running for office is, you know, our laws are our values. And if we don't enforce our laws, then we don't have any values as a society. So him saying the only way you define fairness is you establish rules, you make clear what the rules are, and everybody plays by the same rules. That's how you live in a civil society. That's what needs to happen up and down the West Coast. And we need to really commit to that. And so I'm happy to see him come around to this. I just wish it had not taken Portland falling so far for them to do what people told them to do and what they wouldn't do for the sake of political expediency and because it wasn't popular at the time. A real leader is doing things that aren't popular, but you know to be right based on what's happening right in front of your face. And there's articles out this week about just how bad Seattle's downtown is, not just visually, you know, there are some blocks that are pretty bad, but things that you don't notice, you know, like the vacancies in office space. There are, you know, we're on a crisis level right now where you see up and down the downtown core, which used to be this vibrant area, they're either boarded up or the city puts art installations in there to make you not feel like they're all vacant and abandoned. Like that, art is fine, but it doesn't bring a city back to life. And then they want to continue to blame the pandemic and all that absolute utter nonsense. No, at this point, it's just because the city has gone so far downhill. I do believe there's an increased political will to address some of the quality of life issues, the drugs and the homelessness. But it's like we went so far, it's going to take a long time. So I'm glad to see this from the mayor of Portland. That doesn't mean he gets a free pass. We welcome anyone into the common sense fold at any time for whatever reason that they want to join us. But you don't get to turn away and act like it wasn't your fault and that you didn't contribute to it in the process. So let's have a little humility as we join Team Common Sense, learning from mistakes, and then we can all take a deep breath and move forward from there.